And hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's Dave Bondy. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Locals, my independent journalism platform. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I wanted to put this live everywhere tonight because this is a big issue we're talking about, government transparency. Arthur Woodson from Flint, he's going to join me in just a minute. But before I get into that, I want to welcome everyone watching on whatever platform you're watching on. I am on Locals. I quit the mainstream media. I'm going to get into that in a little bit with Arthur, but I quit my job in the mainstream media because I was kind of just fed up with the bias and the narratives. So I started my own independent journalism venture. If you would like to help support that, you can join Locals. Locals is a platform just like Facebook, but they have no censorship, no algorithm. It's $5 a month if you would like to help me out. But I'm here on Facebook putting it out here for everybody tonight. So really appreciate everyone being here. And I know the Lions are playing. I'll try to keep you updated on the game. Or if you're watching, or if you're not in Michigan right now and you're not a Lions fan, no, that's okay. Okay, let me bring in Arthur Woodson. He is the former mayoral. He has a lot of titles. Former mayoral candidate, activist. What do you want to be known? All of the above?
No, just state rep. Just about it. You know?
Okay.
I mean, not state rep. I mean, when you have to screaming out on everything I ran for.
Yeah, maybe state rep in the future.
No, I ran for state rep. So
Okay.
that's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
So just Art Woodson. That's it.
Okay. So I brought you on to talk about freedom of information. Freedom of information is basically every state, the public has a right to request government documents, no matter what state you're in. Michigan, it's a little tougher, whether it be a police report or a budget or something. And it's when I started working here, you've been doing this forever. You've been asking government for documents for a long time, right?
Right. And you know, I was just reading where the state legislators, because Michigan is one of the two states where you can't get information from legislators and on both. I think it's Mass and Michigan, but they
Yeah,
just
you can't. The governor or the legislature, you can't ask for information from them. So you ask for a lot of Flint, Michigan information, right?
correct. And it's hard. I mean, you know, like they tell me that they have results test samples from 2016 up until now, and anything before 2014. But for the water crisis from 2014 to 2015, October 2015, they don't have any test samples.
Why I met you, I think when I was in Washington D.C. Why do you care so much? You spend your own money on getting documents and trying to get the truth. Usually that's the job of the media, and the media does, but you do a lot of better job than the media sometimes. You get documents that the media they'd love to have, but why do you do it? Why do you care so much?
Uh, it's about
And
opportunity.
spend your own money. You spend your own money, a lot of money.
It's about opportunity. I mean, one, I want to know the truth because we're down there fighting and they're saying one thing, and I know that they're lying. So I want the people to know the truth. Also, bringing the truth out, and the reason why I care, and like I tell all of them, is opportunity. I want people in the city of Flint to have the same opportunity as everybody else. And, you know, you put the opportunity out there, and it's up to the people to either take advantage of the opportunity or not. And then if they don't take advantage of it, I and everybody else can say, hey, you know what? You were given the opportunity, but you didn't take advantage of it. But people in the city of Flint isn't given an opportunity. They just looked at as free money. You know, we keep you under poverty and we'll get all this government money, and all the money goes to all these foundations, uptown redevelopment, downtown, and that's it. It doesn't never reach North Side, East Side, and you got classism and racism going on in the city of Flint. You have poor whites and you have poor blacks. So this is what's been going on: environmental injustices and everything else.
And it's not, and we said it earlier, and it's not Democrat, it's not Republican. There's corruption on all sides.
Correct.
Correct. Now, it's sad because the city of Flint, I know the school district as well, there's a lot of money funneling in. And I know a lot of people are asking where that money is going. And that's what you do to try to get the information to make it transparent. But it's hard. You would think it shouldn't be hard to find out where the money's going because it's my money, it's your money.
It's hard to find out, but it's so many different things and so many different pots of money. That's just like if you go read the OIG report where they did an audit on GISD when the money first started coming in. They took over $500,000, and it shows that they were saying that they was going door to door and doing overtime and everything else. But the year prior to that, their hours never changed. They was just taking free money. Then where ACLU had to sue GISD and the Flint schools just so that the Flint schools can get the money that GISD was taking under Act 18. So a lot of times people have to sneak me the documents, and I have to figure out how do I bring these documents out without exposing the people who gave them to me. So that's the only way that you can really get them.
Yeah, I did something the other day where someone from the federal government gave me documents. And is that the thing? There are still some good people left on the inside, and they do want to do good. So they do leak documents to you or me or Charlie LaDuff, whoever it might be. There's still some good people in government, but there maybe not a lot, but there's some that want the truth.
Right. And I thank God for them. It's hard to do things because like I'm blacklisted in the media. They don't even want my name said in the media.
Let me tell you about that. When your name would come up in the newsroom, sometimes there was a feeling like, oh, Arthur Woodson, he's out there. He's just out there. But you know what? We would always look at the documents that you would put on Facebook or put online. The media, they would always look at them. And many of the times you had the authentic documents. So they may try to talk about you negatively, but you had the goods a lot.
Right. And I just tell the people on Facebook, hey, listen, they're not gonna listen to us. All right. Definitely not me. So we have to be our own media. We have to get it out there. And if we get to talking about it a lot, what's gonna happen? They're gonna pick it up. So I don't need them to put my name in the article. I don't need fame. I don't need any of that. I just need you to pick the story up and go with it, and that's the best thing about what I'm doing, because I'm not doing it for fame. I'm using my own money. I'm doing what I do because I'm doing it. It's not a reason behind it. It's just me. I want the truth and nothing but the truth.
So you don't care if someone gets your documents and does stories. You just want the truth out there, no matter how it gets out there.
Correct. I mean, that's how it's been going since 2014. I mean, I put documents out there like Phil Phelps. He was a state legislator back in 2015. Okay. And they were looking for the permits that Flint has sent to the state MDEQ at the time. Could nobody find them? I had copies of both of them.
Oh wow!
And I gave him the copies. I met him and I gave him copies of both of them. And he was like, "Man, we were looking for these. Flint wouldn't give them to us. The state MDEQ wouldn't give them to us, and you sitting over here with them." And I mean, it's and just like the July 2011 story. I mean, Flint River, the Flint River study. July 2011 land report where it had that they were supposed to use orthophosphates in the water. I had gave that to Councilman Mays, and that's when Councilman Mays held it up in the air and said, "Hey, Dane Walling, did you know about this report? Scott Kincaid, did you know about this report?" That's when everything was hitting the fan then.
Wow. Yeah, and it's sad. And working in the media, I can speak more freely now, but I know that the local TV stations, newspapers, they are scared of being sued over anything. So it seems like journalism is not the same as it was back in the day. You had a lot of good investigative reporters, and there are still some out there. But yeah, you were kind of the investigative producer in the background because you would get stuff, but you were right. And sometimes, oh, that Arthur Woodson, but you would come up with a lot of stuff. And
It was a couple of times I would call, what's his name? Gonzalez? Was it Gonzalez that worked?
Jesse,
Jesse.
yeah,
Oh,
good,
yeah.
one of our photographers, yeah.
I
And
was,
it,
uh,
yeah, he's a good guy, and you tried, but in the end, we had the boss, we had corporate,
right.
and you're on your own. So that's a good thing now with social media. Like 30, 25 years ago, you only had newspaper, TV. We didn't have this. So now it's kind of allowing you in a way to be your own independent journalist, kind of.
Yeah. And you know, that's just like Mike Kilbreth just came out with a recording of John Carpenter and Mayor Neely talking on the phone about, you know, he had just came not even 20 minutes from a pre-bid, and Mayor Neely called him and said, "Hey, you know, I know how you keep that $100 tucked behind your driver's license. You know, you need to start contributing to my campaign. And by you running with Mike Kilbreth and AC Dumas, you're not going to have any, you know, relationship with my administration as long as you're working with them." All this is on recording. All this, I'm trying to figure out still though, out of all the things that can happen, not just in Flint, but Genesee County, why hasn't the feds, the state, or somebody came in and said or done anything in the city of Flint? I mean, Flint people can't get any justice, man.
And it's really sad. And I remember working in the media, we couldn't get information from the city, the police, the school district. Hell, the school district hired a PR firm. I think at one point they were on the west side of the state. Um, so what needs to change in Michigan? I mean, it seems like the whole system needs to be rewritten because tell me the story. You said you filed a Freedom of Information Act, what, 2 years ago or
Back
4
in
years ago?
December 2019, I wanted all the information where my name had been used in city hall. You know, this is
Okay.
when me and Mayor Weaver was, you know, going back and forth. And, you know, I was under investigation and all this other stuff. So I wanted all the information for you know, that was foyable. So I wanted to know about the investigation. I wanted to know who initiated the investigation. I wanted to know all that. And by Mayor Neely just getting in office, not even a month, he hadn't even been in the office for a month, I FOIA'd it in December 2019, thinking that
Okay.
I was going to get everything that I asked for. When they put it all together, you know how they send you an email and say, "This is how much it's going to cost."
Yep.
It cost $186 for me to get the FOIA. So
Okay.
I went down and I paid the $186. I
Okay.
have not received that FOIA yet. They took my $186 and have not given me what I asked for.
When you gave them the money, you would think then, okay, exchange. Here's your money. Here's the information.
Right. I never received it. And I mean, I got all the emails where I was going back and forth with them saying, "Hey, I need my FOIA. I need my documents or I need my money." One of the two.
Wow. The average person sitting at home, they probably don't know how messed up Michigan and the city is with freedom of information. What needs to change? Something needs to change. The law, the state, Republican, Democrats, the governor's something needs to change because this state, I've worked in a lot of different states. It's horrible here with FOIA.
I mean, it's not just for you though. It's
Oh,
everything.
well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, here's the thing. Rhino, Dino,
Transparency of all kinds.
it's no such thing as Rhino, Dino, Republic, Democrat. It's no such thing. All of them are the same. This is the only state I know where they'll put an R or a D, but they the same. All of them work hand in hand. Just like with the water crisis, you have Republicans and Democrats working together. Just like Governor Whitmer, all of Governor Snyder's people backed her campaign. All of them work together. And they have us sitting out here fighting one another and thinking that, you know, they are for us and they're not. Just think about this, right? You have a Democratic House, you have a Democratic Senate, and you have a Democratic governor, right? And a
Yep.
Democratic AG.
Yep.
Flint hasn't seen the water crisis money yet. They didn't just lost all. And matter of fact, a Democratic Supreme Court also. They voted to throw out all of the prosecution's charges.
No convictions.
No
Nope.
convictions.
No.
And now you got House, Senate, and governor, and you still haven't seen a repeal on PA 436, the emergency manager law.
Really? That hasn't. Oh, wow.
I mean, why? Why not? Something that was used to kill over 100 people in the city of Flint. You have not seen anything done, and then we still have serious issues going on with the water and everything else in the city of Flint. Why haven't you seen Mayor Sheldon Neely held accountable like they used to take Mayor Weaver to court?
And have the money hasn't been given out yet from the lawsuit, the settlement? Has that gone out yet?
Oh no! Now you remember. Oh, you don't know about that, do you?
Well, I know. That was in April. I left TV. I know they were settling it, but where are we at now on that? And then I'll let you go in a minute because I got to. I'll let you
Okay.
run. But where are we at on that right now?
Okay, so let me say that you won't be getting any money until the middle of next year, if that. And I'm gonna say this part real quick.
Lawyers got their money, probably, maybe.
Yeah, they got $46 million, and then it's $30 million in interest that has accumulated since the money been sitting in the account. But
Wow.
with this right here, say you put it in a claim. If they deny your claim, you have to ask for reconsideration. And then if they say no, under reconsideration, you got to pay $150 to ask for appeal for one person, Ms. Deborah Greenspan, who is the special master, to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, you get it or you don't get it, right? Then on top of that, can't nobody get a dime until all that is exhausted. All appeals has to be exhausted. Then on top of that, all you get is $1,000 if you do not, as an adult. If you don't fall, if you didn't do the bone scan, if you don't have any blood work to show that you had lead, or if your doctors didn't say that more likely than not, or whatever, but the water exacerbated your neuropathy, your stroke, or whatever the case may be, you don't get anything, and then you got to fight over $1,000.
It's no wonder the people of Flint do not trust government, and I don't think they ever will trust government.
No, I mean, I can trust them to a certain point, and
Yeah.
we didn't even speak about the cancer study. I'm fighting every single day, for the cancer study, and you got people behind the scenes trying to take that because there's a lot of money getting ready to come in for that.
What can the average person do at Flint? Like Flint City Council meetings, you see a lot of empty chairs, and I know. More people just need to speak up? Can that make a difference? What can help?
You know what? I think this is what has to happen with city council.
Yeah.
The council people have to take the information and take it and be smooth with it, and not try to argue so much. Learn, bag up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Let us be the activists. Let us go after the elected officials. Y'all don't go after the elected officials. Let the activists go after the elected official. Y'all expose them because y'all have the pulpit. Y'all have the ear. Y'all voices carry further than ours do. But at the same time, ours go further after you initiate what it is that the people need to see. And the people put more credibility behind what you say than what an activist say. So the activist has to take the information from the council. So that's why I used to give Councilman Mays a lot of information, because they'll believe Councilman Mays before they believe me, because he's a councilman and he has a title. So I want Councilman Mays to put the information out there and I run with it. I don't need credit. I don't need credit for what I put out there. But if I can't find somebody that's going to be honest and truthful and really want to, do what's right, I don't want to give you my information.
But one last question, and I think it might give us hope. I saw you post about it on the west side of the state. There's that whole issue with Goshen, that Chinese link battery factory, and a lot of state money. Well, the voters, I think they just recalled the entire township board. Does that give everyone hope that maybe the people do have a say in things?
I mean, it depends on where you are.
Yeah,
I mean, I hate to say this,
yeah,
and if you in a area that has a lot of money, and I'm just gonna be honest, like
yeah.
what is how Fowlerville,
Yeah.
what is it, Thetford, a
Oh,
white
Thetford, yeah,
area. Let me just say a white city.
yeah.
They come out if you left the dog outside at the library, they're gonna fill up that auditorium. They're gonna fill that auditorium up if somebody left the toilet seat up. You know, I'm serious.
Yeah.
With us, we have to fight to get 100 people to come down to city council.
Is it because people just been so what is it? I mean, is it people realizing like, oh, they've always been the government's failed them that and they just give up, or it's just like you can't win? Or
I mean, the only success that we didn't have was against GISD and forcing the state to put us back on Detroit water. But
yeah,
I mean, look at what we just said. They dropped the prosecution. They haven't gotten paid for water.
yeah,
The governor really hasn't came to Flint and did nothing for the people in the city of Flint. That's how they feel. The people are tired. I mean, they have been beat up for many years. Matter of fact, they have been taking a beating since GM left. So, and nothing has happened. So, I mean, they just feel, left out. They just feel like nothing's going to happen, and why get out there and exhaust myself? I'm just going to take what they give me and move on,
sad,
and they take that little bit that they do have. So
yeah.
I tried to offer a little hope, and I try to go after the people that's doing them wrong, and try to be a Robin Hood, and try to help them as much as possible.
Well, I appreciate it. Someone just said, someone on Facebook, Holly Wolf. I don't know who she is. She said, "Truth, Arthur." So there, that's it. Well,
Hey,
I'm gonna let you go. We have to talk. We're gonna talk more. I got your number now, so I'll be
okay.
messaging you. Thank you so much. I think the Lions are still playing, so I'll let you go if you're watching the game or not.
All right, then. Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Bondy, and I thank your listeners and your followers. And I want everybody to know that I'm gonna keep it real, like Mr. Bondy said right there. All right, you take care.
Thank you, sir. Wow, that was Arthur Woodson from the city of Flint. He is an activist. Like he said, this is not a Democrat or Republican thing. Um, it's a mess. The city of Flint is a mess, and it's really sad for the people who live in the city of Flint. It really is. The things that have been going on, and he just said it right there. You know, Governor Whitmer does not care about the city of Flint. He said it. I didn't. And he said it's a Democrat or Republican issue. Okay, apparently the Lions just won, everybody. The Detroit Lions just won. Let me check the score. Someone just said the Lions won. When I planned my show tonight, I forgot that the Lions would be on. It looks like the Lions just won 41-38. So go Lions. Anyway, where's everyone watching from? Let me know in the comments. For those of you who are on locals, let me know where you're watching from. And if there's any new people here, are you watching on YouTube? Or are you watching on Facebook? Let me know right now where you're watching from. I'll give you a shout out. Kokomo Joe is watching from Pittsburgh. What's up? Amelia from South Carolina. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Once again, on Sunday night and on Thursday night, I have a show on Locals. Locals is my independent journalism platform because there's a lot that I cannot say on Facebook or YouTube, and I can say here on Locals. Now, I would like all of you to help support my independent journalism. DaveBondy.locals.com. I'm putting a link on the screen right now. There's a link on the screen. If you would like to help support my independent journalism, it's $5 a month. That link will put you on the site called Locals. And I will put a link in the post. Scott Stillwell, hello. How you doing? Cindy from Bay City, Mundy Township, 73. A lot of people. Chris Farr from Hemlock. Lots of people watching from everywhere. Melissa. Okay, well, I have another interview to get to really quick, everyone. Remember, Carrie Joe in Mundy Township. How are you doing? Okay, real quick, everyone. On the west side of Michigan, there is a Chinese battery plant that's going to be built. The state of Michigan has given, your tax dollars has given this Chinese-linked company almost $750 million in tax incentives. Well, the people in this community, they're not too happy about it. Well, guess what? They recalled everyone on the board. They're gone. Goodbye. The same thing is happening in Mundy Township in Genesee County, Michigan. Hello, Carrie Joe from Mundy Township. There is a 1,000-acre facility that could go into Mundy Township. We don't know what it's going to be. The township is not saying. They're not telling anyone. I talked to Brian Bender, who is an activist, a community member in Mundy Township. He updated me on the situation on what is happening in Genesee County and what you need to know. Take a listen. Everyone, joining me now, Brian Bender. I talked to him, I think it was actually in the summertime or maybe late fall, about the Mundy Township mega site. I want to bring him in right now. And we had some good news for the people on his side and on the west side of the state. What happened with the Goshen facility? The entire board was voted out on the west side of the state?
Yeah, really, the will of the people up in the Big Rapids area was heard in the last election this past Tuesday, and it was a resounding change of the guard, so to speak. And I think that gives a lot of us across the state in the mega site areas a lot of hope that the people can stand up and be heard.
And real quick, for those of you who don't know, but there is a proposal for a mega site, as it's called, to come to Genesee County, Mundy Township. It's a huge tract of land. Do we know yet what is going to be on it? I know we narrowed it down, didn't we, to batteries or chips? Do we know yet?
Well, that came out early from the township manager, Chad Young, who was quoted probably 6 to 8 months ago, giving us those two different terms or differentiators of what they may place there. But in reality, since then, everything we've been told at every meeting that we've gone to is there's nothing on the table. And we realize on Monday there may be nothing on the table, and Tuesday it could be a done deal.
Sorry, everyone. I have bad audio with that interview. I'm going to fix that in post. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to post that interview. If you are watching from Mundy Township, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to post that interview on Locals. I'm going to post that interview on Facebook, on Twitter. So I'm going to fix that audio, and I apologize for the audio issue. I apologize for that, everyone. Michigan Daffodil, Big Rapids, you are fighting off Goshen, Michigan Daffodil. Thank you for watching on YouTube. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to fix that echo for you. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I did want to talk about, I used to work in the media, and there is bias in the media. And I want to play something, and you may not be a fan of his, but that's fine. Remember Vivek Ramaswamy. He is running for president. And in the last debate, he called out the media. And I want to play this for you and see what you think of what he said. And was it really fair? I'm going to play this for you in just a minute here. Let me see. Let me find this for you. Let me find this and bring it up on the screen for you, because it's really interesting. For those of you who don't know, I quit my job. I quit my job in the mainstream media in April, and now I'm doing my own thing, among other things. I have, several jobs to make ends meet and working for a nonprofit, doing some great things. But I'm also doing my own independent journalism here. And I want to play this from the debate the other day. Take a listen to this right here.
Swami, let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer to the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, do you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate?
Sorry, I was muted. Do you watch your local television news in the evening? Or have you stopped watching your local news or your national news? Were you able to hear Vivek Ramaswamy? Were you able to hear what he just said? Yeah. Can you hear me now? Sorry, I think I had some audio issues, so I didn't know if you can hear me. Okay, so Cindy on Locals said she stopped watching altogether the local news. And that was just interesting. Vivek calling out the media, for certain biases and so forth that they have. So really interesting indeed. And that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to bring news to all of you, unbiased, no narrative news. I may lean a certain way at some point, but like my first guest said, Arthur Woodson, that there is corruption on all sides, Republican, Democrat, independent. And it's our job to call it out. It's not my job to tell you how to think. That's your job, everybody. Okay. Well, I hope all of you enjoy being here. For those of you watching on my Locals community, I really appreciate you. And for you watching on Facebook and YouTube, if you are not a paid supporter yet, I ask that you do so. Let me try posting the link again, davebondy.locals.com/support. Okay, I'm putting a link on the screen right now. There should be a link on your screen, and it's davebondy.locals. I have tried to interview Chad Young, but he has not returned my message. I would love Corey, I would love to have him on. If he would come on my show, I would love to have him on here. I emailed him about a week ago asking him to come on, but I haven't heard back from him. I heard he's a really good guy, so I would like to learn exactly what's going on and ask him some questions. And they're not going to be easy questions, but I would like to ask him. So yes, Corey Joe, if you can have him email me, or if he's watching, have him email me. I would love to have him on and take a half hour or an hour just to go into everything and to ask him about the non-disclosure agreements and to ask him about the water and the environment and everything about, what's going into this possible mega site. I think I would love to have him on. I'm all about having both sides of the issue on. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. For those of you on Locals, I really appreciate it. If you are on Facebook or if you are on YouTube, you should see that link on your screen. You should see that davebondy.locals.com/support. It's $5 a month to support my independent journalism. Now, Locals, that site Locals, is just like Facebook, but there's no censorship. There's no algorithm. You can say whatever you want as long as it's not illegal. That's what's so good about Locals. And it helps me support my independent journalism. Okay? I'm doing content every day now, saying things that I could never say when I was on local news. Okay, everyone, I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate it. I opened tonight up for everyone to give you an example of what the show looks like. And I apologize that my interview with Brian had some audio issues. I'm going to fix that, and I'm going to post that for you. Talk to you later, everyone. Have a good night. I will see you on Thursday.